But speaking of One Piece, let's move on to 1095, episode
I
1095, The Brain of a Genius, 6 Vegapunks. And basically, this episode, Nami and the others have now realized that they are getting attacked by a Jinbei look-alike pacifista slash seraphim and are brought to the brink of defeat before being saved by Vegapunk. Then they learn a chilling truth about Egghead Island. And with the crew realizing what is happening, like why the hell did Nami and some of the other crew members, Straw Hats, keep calling the Seraphim Jinbei? Like, do you think that they just kept on believing that that was actually Jinbei somehow? And even though it looked nothing like Jinbei in most senses.
I really don't. The only thing I can think it's like we've seen some wacky shit, and they've seen some wacky shit in their lives being on the open sea, and I think they maybe were like banking on there being a under 1% chance that's actually Jinbei. I don't know. They haven't seen Jinbei in probably a day or two at this point, or at least a few hours,
Yeah.
and like shit can happen. Like they've seen some weird shit happen before. But outside of that, I do not know because I wouldn't be calling him Jinbei. The boy has wings and a fire on his back. That's not Jinbei.
I bet they're wishing Zoro had come with them now.
Oh yeah, bro. If Zoro was there, come on.
it'd be over
Yeah,
so fast. But we also saw Jinbei, the Seraphim, swim in the concrete. Uh, and I thought that was kind of weird. I thought a couple things about it was weird. What did you think about that?
so now one thing that I know is Senior Pink better be alive. He better be, like, because he's so hard boiled. Like I just don't. Hopefully they know how to like recreate devil fruits. That was concerning to me. That's the first thing I thought. Like I wasn't even like, oh shit, like he can swim in concrete. It was like, where is Senior Pink right now? We need to find him immediately. Is he safe? That's all I cared about. Damn the Straw Hats. Where is Senior Pink? I don't know what you thought about this, man, but yeah, I'm concerned about Senior Pink. Sorry.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't even think about Senor Pink at this time. I was just kind of confused at what the hell was going on.
What? Oh, okay.
And like how is he doing that? You know, like that's not that. I mean, that's Jinbei specialist swimming in the water, right? But he
Yeah.
was swimming on the concrete, and then later on, he actually like uses water to teleport. I think.
Teleport?
Remember, he went up behind him, and with the water appeared in the air, and he come out of the water.
No, it had come up from the floor or out from the wall.
Oh, okay. But
Or
but then how
oh, are you talking about when
did he
he
go
made when he
under?
are you talking about when Frankie hit him with like the beam?
Yeah, when he was getting away from the beam or whatever, and then he got behind Sanji, I believe.
Okay. I thought like the water came up from the floor. Well, no, well, he made a shield with water out of thin air, with the water that was in the air, and then I thought he just like sunk into the ground.
Oh, so he like completely went to the ground like a mole, and then come up behind him, kind of thing, and
Yeah.
into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So this man can like just uh go into any structure, I guess.
Yeah, that's what Senior Pink can do. He
Yeah.
can swim into any structure.
So you think that they might have recreated the devil fruit and gave him that power or
I'm
whatever?
praying they recreated this devil fruit and it's not the
Yeah.
real deal.
I mean, we know that they've experimented with creating devil fruit. Look at Momo, like
For
he's
sure.
a product of that, right?
For
So,
sure.
um, even though that was a failed devil fruit, it still was good enough to be somewhat on the same thing as Kaido, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think it's really interesting because I don't necessarily. This is the moment I wish Dan was here because I don't really recall this the whole swimming in the concrete in the manga. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I
Okay.
don't really recall that. But it has been a while. So for the manga readers out there, and I'll probably check it out after we get done here because I want to know. I want to know if he's actually swimming in the concrete in the manga, or if this is like anime only type shit. So
Interesting. That'd be a big difference, you know?
yeah,
Because like a Jinbei Seraphim, okay, knows fishman karate, is a fishman, but can swim in anything. That is nuts. Like that is so fucking broken because they
yeah,
can swim so fast already. Yeah, and you have like some crazy water shield defense, like just out of thin air. Whatever is humid, like that's crazy.
yeah. Jinbei is definitely like broken at this point. Or Seraphim Jinbei is. And with that being said, do you think that the group of Straw Hats, that was in there, do you think they had a chance at
If
beating Jinbei?
if they had a fair fight, I don't think so. Um,
I think
we
they
kind of,
could. I think they could pull it off.
I think Sanji could pull it off.
I think Robin. I think them working together, they could definitely pull it off, but it would probably take a lot of them, man. I think that a couple of them would probably just get in the way.
Yeah, I think they would lose a few people.
Okay.
Um, and the only reason I think they would lose overall is really Sanji would be trying to protect so many people that he wouldn't be protecting himself like Sanji does.
Yeah.
And he's the person they needed the most to defeat this thing. And then Robin's strong. Robin's more good for crowd control than 1v1s.
Yeah, I think as well that Robin isn't at her true potential as well, like offensively, right? So,
Yeah.
um, but I think that she would be good, but they don't really know what's going on with this. This is basically like fighting, like Bass was talking about earlier in the episode, like fighting someone you don't know, you know.
Mhm.
But they kind of it doesn't matter about them because they're just gonna do what they're gonna do. It don't matter if they know you because they're absolute, you know. So
Yeah. And like how do you pin down something that can just swim in the walls?
yeah.
A fish man
Um,
that can swim in the walls. That's ridiculous.
and we still don't really know what all other powers it's got since it does have like the flame and the Lunarian shit on it, right? So
Yeah, so it's kind of like basically permanent iron body whenever that flame's active.
yeah, I
What the fuck do you
mean,
do?
going off of what we've learned about King in the past, like you would assume that's the same thing for this Seraphim, right? So
Yeah.
it's just really crazy.
And
Sanji couldn't have beat King. Zoro barely beat him. So like, what do you
yeah,
do?
exactly. You combine that with Fishman's swimming speed and swimming through concrete, I think you got some issues. Um, Now we saw a lot of like the Vegapunk satellites arguing with each other. Like, how do they normally settle disputes? Do you think so? Like, one of them is like just in charge all the time. Like, there's one above the rest of them.
I think we've seen a little bit of this. I think that there's an order. I think there's a chain. There's a
Okay.
chain of command. I think because we've seen Shaka the Good, which is Punk dubbed Punk 01. Every time
Hmm.
we see him, I'm starting to think the numbers actually mean something. I think that you know, the obviously the higher up you go, one, uh, two, whatever, has more pull than three and four or whatever. That's what I'm taking out of it because you could clearly see that they follow directions from Shaka, Lilith,
True.
and Edison, and whoever else was up there, the one robot, the wisdom robot. So, but that's what I think.
Understood.
What are you thinking?
Um, I think maybe Shaka did seem like the leader. Like he came in and like kind of shut that shit down. What was going on? And but I don't know if it's exactly the numbers because when Lilith, who is Punk 2, O2, came in into to the lab and was like, make that, make a S shark like destroy these pirates. Edison and Pythagoras were like, nah, bro, like we're not doing that.
Maybe it depends on like the intent behind it, like Shaka meant what he said and Lilith was just going berserk, and they
That's true.
knew that she was just being
Bullshit.
herself,
Yeah.
I guess, because they wanted to. It's crazy because
They
I
had a
didn't think
reason
that
for
they
doing
was
what they wanted
gonna
to.
attack them. Yeah, I thought that it was kind of a setup, but I didn't think that they was testing. They done all that shit for testing. So
Yeah, bro, you brought guests here just to like get your robot your AI some experience. That's crazy.
I love that.
You
I
put
absolutely
have
love that.
people in chokeholds. Like, and they probably the thing is like they probably would have done it like if you just asked them,
Yeah.
or
I,
like we're like we got somebody that loves to fight. Like we'll go get Zoro.
yeah.
Like,
we'll let Zoro
oh, you
pull up
want
on his
somebody to
ass.
fight? Like, let me go back to the ship real quick. I got your guy. Like, just
We'll
fucking ask. God damn.
find our captain. He'll do
Right.
it. But yeah, but we learned quite a bit about all the Vegapunks. Kind of how their like orders works and stuff like that. Somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
We also learned that their hunger and stuff like that is linked as well.
That was
Somehow.
weird.
And what are your thoughts on that situation?
That was one of the weirdest fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I
Like, even
don't.
for One Piece, that was fucking weird.
I'm not 100% what we got out of seeing that, except for the fact that, they're still the same person, kind of. And they're like, if they got a shit, all of them's got a shit, right?
That's what it seems like. But like, yeah. So who is it? It's York that does all the eating,
Apparently,
and
agreed.
it Greed. Yeah, York number 6, Greed. Apparently does all the eating for the rest of them. It seems like, and like even during the episode, they were like, yeah, this is her 4th cycle for the day, which is like eat, shit, sleep.
I love it.
Like, what a job, bro. It's like she's just lounging by the pool, eating, shitting, and sleeping. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, some people got it made, you know what I mean?
I
So
mean, really, imagine.
imagine if you just had a TV. Like that's all like York just has a TV there and we chilling. So
Yeah, I thought it was really weird.
yeah, I did too. Um but after all that good stuff, after we see all that wonderful information, uh the straw hats that are in the like testing room or whatever, they are locked in place now by their boots.
Mm,
Apparently the boots are magnetic or something, and they turn the magnets on the floors, and it just linked them to the ground. It just stuck them to the ground, and he goes. Shaka comes in, tells Jinbei Seraphim to stand down, and he goes on to explain to them that he cannot trust pirates like them. And then he proceeds to tell them that this island is actually from the past and not the future, because they was saying that this is cool. This is a island of the future. And he's like, well, not actually. There's actually an island that was. This is from the past. This is an island or whatever. From that there was an island 900 years ago that was more advanced than we are right now. And what do you
was he
what do you think about that?
was he saying? I thought he was saying that island was from 900 years ago.
No, so he was saying that. So this conversation was about. So he started off the conversation asking them what they thought about the island, if they thought it was advanced, and of course they said, "Yeah, this is an island of the future." And he's like, well, no, you're actually wrong. That we've actually been spending all this time up here trying to surpass the past, but we still haven't been able to do it yet because there was an island 900 years ago that was more advanced than this version of this island right now.
That's not. I don't remember it reading like that.
That's what I got out of it.
Oh, because I thought he was like, "What if I told you this island was from the past?" Thought it was a
Yeah,
pretty
because
quick explanation.
so the the beginning when he started, he kept on talking about how they could not um like surpass uh
Hmm.
and become an island of the future or whatever.
Right.
Cannot surpass the works of certain people or whatever. I don't know how he put it, but that's the whole reason why it led me to believe this way because of the fact that he was saying that. Um,
But what about the old ass robot that Luffy found?
that I think that is from.
The past.
I think that they actually found. So they know about this island, right? Because they found it,
Okay.
and they're trying to
Okay.
replicate what they found, but they can't even replicate what they found yet. That's how they get these mecha sea beasts and the seraphims. I guess that they've found all this. They've created all this trying to recreate what they found on that island from 900 years
Okay.
ago. That's the way
Okay.
I took it. So
Interesting. Yeah, I thought that they were saying that island is from the past.
yeah, I mean they could be saying that, but I in my head that didn't really make sense. That's why I took it the other way because um like they've been trying so hard, right? And why else would they like the whole series of questions was like pointing towards that for me. It seemed
Okay.
like so
I feel that. Yeah.
yeah.
That's not what I got out from it, but I thought it was hilarious that he said, "We can't trust pirates," and then was like, "Let me tell you guys a massive secret." Like, like in the next breath, like, what does he mean? Like he's got me handcuffed to the floor, but he's also telling me his secrets. I would be thinking he's about to kill me.
I mean, I guess there's a reason why Cypher Poe Aegis is coming to kill Vegapunk right now. So
Yeah,
right,
maybe he knows that he's
uh,
about to die or some shit. Because
so
there's no way you should have me handcuffed to something and like imagine like you handcuffed in somebody's basement, they drag you into the basement,
they
and they
start
start telling
telling
you all their
secrets.
secrets, bro. Like you're done, like you're cooked. It's
uh,
over.
I get what you're saying there. It definitely seems that way. Uh, but I mean, that could be. I mean, that might be what they have in plan for them. Because it does make sense what you're saying right now. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I don't know.
w-
Somebody's gonna die.
one thing I want to ask before we end.
Hmm.
I we was talking about this last week. The last scene of last week's episode where forget who it was it Shaka? One of the Vegapunks was talking to Dragon on the phone. What and saying that Vegapunk was about to die or whatever,
Yeah.
and that or something like that, and they was talking to Dragon. What do you think is going on there? I have to know.
You said when they were talking on the phone to Dragon.
Yeah, they was actually talking to Dragon of the Revolutionary Army. And he tells Dragon that he knows the future or something like that, and that he knows that he's about to die. And
I think the elders have just put out a hit.
but my thing is why do you think he's talking to Dragon? Do you think they got an alliance? Do you think that's why Cypher Poe is headed that way? Because he's been working with the revolutionaries?
That's what I was about to get at. It was like, yeah, the only reason somebody would be telling Dragon is because like he must know Vegapunk, or he might be important to Dragon, even if they don't work together directly. he's like, "Oh, I know Vegapunk has been working on trying to figure out the past, and I want everybody to be free, and that involves knowing the past and the blackout, a few hundred years there." So even they may not be working together directly, he's like, "This he's gonna be an important part of he's gonna be an important part of the revolution, or his knowledge will be, and figuring out what we've actually lost."
Okay.
So, yeah, he might be pulling up.
Yeah, Dan and I really couldn't talk about it too much because unfortunately,
Right,
like
like, yeah,
we're still on the part where I actually know kind of what's going on, So,
right, okay,
but I don't know what's going on because it's been so long. But I know the major stuff that's fixing to happen.
right,
So,
and this is pretty fucking
yeah,
major.
yeah,
So yeah, I think, they could be working together, or they could be very important to one another.
okay, alrighty. Well, that's about it. You got anything else, Bass?
That's it for me, man.